Together project provides adult volunteering sessions in the safe, inclusive and supportive environment of Scotswood Community Garden. Through gentle outdoor work, looking after the beautiful natural garden, growing food and helping wildlife to flourish, we aim to help our volunteers improve their health and well-being, learn new skills and make new friends. Experienced, friendly staff support people to work at their own pace so we can all learn, develop and grow together.
I'm Ken Thompson, called Topper, because there's so many Kens in the garden, and we'll call me Topper. And I just love the garden, and I've been coming 5 years.
My name is Jason Roach, and I've been at the garden for 6 years now. And I enjoy every minute of it.
I'm Jo, and I support Jason to the garden centre, and I've also come here for 6 years, I think, with you. Well, you know, I was here when it started with you, Jason.
That's right.
Yeah.
And we have a good teamwork together. Really good.
We do, don't we?
Yes.
My name is Trevor. I've been coming to the garden for 3 years.
My name's Gillian and I've been coming to the garden for about 3 years.
I think I've been coming for about 2 years now, and I'm a asylum seeker who has been refused.
My name is Jean Matovu. When I came here, I looked for places to go to relax, because I've always been very, very lonely.
I'm Leanne. I'm the Older People Services Manager at Scotswood Garden and was involved quite heavily in our response to the coronavirus pandemic. I think we realised quite quickly that this was something that was going to interrupt what we do as a garden and have a real impact on the people we work with in terms of keeping them connected with their community and their peers and friends here at the garden. So we set up social media groups so that they could not only be connected to the staff, but they could be connected to their friends here as well. We found that was really important. As we went kind of further into the lockdown period, people told us they really missed their routine, so that the garden was their daily routine. So we set up a Zoom meeting that we would have every Tuesday, Wednesday and Thursday. That was around about the same time as that we'd have our tea break at the garden. And people really enjoyed that. It allowed them to have a time every day that they could sit in front of the screen and have a cup of tea and a chat with their friends. We offered quite practical support in terms of shopping to a lot of our volunteers. Even people who could get to the shops were really nervous about going to the shops, so just having someone to go along with them was a really useful thing to do.
You know, all the people are great, and just love it a bit. Otherwise I'd be sitting there flat by myself, not talking to anybody. I like to sing. As people know, yeah. Don't sing.
Great. And what does the garden mean to you, Ken?
Everything. I've been had a bad year. I lost my brother. I lost my son. But it just means so much. In my self-preservation.
I come to the garden, really, one thing, I like that continuation of friendship. And secondly, I've learnt a lot in gardening, because even at home I've managed to have a pot garden, and some of my strawberries, which I got from here, the seedlings I got from here from Sean, they are now ripening, and I was very happy to eat the first fruit from the strawberries, which I got from here. So it has taught me a lot to do my gardening without the gardens, but I can still do it in pots.
The virtual things worked well to begin with, but as it dragged on a little bit more, a lot of people felt really isolated and weren't really seeing any other people in their days. So we decided to do some doorstep visits, obviously kept things distant and sometimes went for a walk instead of chatting on the doorstep, whatever the person was able to do. because sometimes we were the only person that they'd see in that week.
Last year, when this lockdown things, it was very scary. And then we started having contact with the staff in the garden, giving us food, calling to us how we are doing. And it was so wonderful to hear somebody calling you to ask how you are faring and thinking about you.
In the winter lockdown, we decided that we would do a soup delivery to all of our volunteers who wanted it or required it. So we would cook up a big batch of soup. Anybody who was local was able to walk into the garden and collect it from us and use that as a chance to have a little walk around the garden and remind themselves of all the hard work they'd put into the garden while they couldn't be here. And anyone else, we would deliver it to them and have a chat on the doorstep while we were there. We also were really kind of aware that people missed doing something useful and weren't kind of as connected with nature as they had been when they were coming to the garden regularly. So we set up some activity packs that they could do at home. We filmed instructions on tablets, so it was like we were there doing it with them. But I know for a lot of our volunteers, we were their only support network, so it was really, really important that we were there and were able to adapt what we did. And a lot of that is really kind of down to our funders, who are super flexible with how we could spend money, and they realised that we couldn't totally stop our work. We were still needed, we just needed to work in a bit of a different way.
It means a lot to me, a lot, because it's a community garden. So it's like giving back to community what I've gained from so many people, from the help I've gained from people.
It's meant a lot because otherwise I would have just been stuck in the house, just doing nothing, being bored, having no one to talk to when Robert's out in the garden.
It's just the whole friendship thing. It's really, I just look forward to it every week. Everybody's so nice to each other.
Yeah, I think that's something that I picked up on straight away when I supported Jason here. It's just a place where you can come to and feel completely safe.
It's consistency.
It is consistent, and you're part of something that and that means a lot. Yeah.
I've come to realize that when you go in a garden and you're not in a big group, and somehow you take time to be yourself, you really hear the wind whispering through the trees, the leaves, and it really relaxes me and it makes me forget my loneliness.
And how do you feel when you're at the garden?
I feel like a free person.
It's for relaxation, peace of mind. Just to enjoy everybody's company.
I've never met anybody or had any friends before, so this coming here is making us meet new people and meet new friends.
But if it weren't for the people of the garden, I'd be lost.